Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Fort Knox, Kentucky. I'm Captain Christopher Garcia, your narrator for today's graduation ceremony. At this time, we would like to welcome all general officers, senior officers, command sergeants major, and distinguished guests. On behalf of Brigadier General Maurice O. Barnett and Command Sergeant Major Darrell E. Walls, thank you for your attendance today. Today's ceremony honors the successful completion of advance camp. The graduating unit for today is the 7th Regiment, the General William E. Dupree Regiment. The commander of troops for today's ceremony is Cadet Matthew Kleinschuster from Virginia Military Institute. The color guard is comprised of cadets selected from the regiment. They are led by Cadet Eric Swenson from North Dakota State University. Also participating in today's ceremony is the 1st Cavalry Division Band from Fort Hood, Texas, commanded by 1st Lieutenant Benjamin Alanis and Drum Major Staff Sergeant Ryan Columbert. To your far left, you will see the salute battery, provided by the Bravo Battery, Steel Squadron, 3rd Cavalry Regiment, 3rd Armored Corps from Fort Hood, Texas. They are led by 1st Lieutenant Jet Lucas Murphy and Staff Sergeant Jonathan Chavez. This ceremony marks the culmination of 36 days of rigorous and intensive training for these young men and women. For them, advance camp served as a test of their leadership abilities and potential to be an Army officer. They have emerged from this challenge confident in their ability to assume the tremendous responsibilities of being an Army officer. The cadets of the 7th Regiment are now formed in front of you. Each regiment has had the honor of having bestowed upon it a namesake. This namesake is in honor of a general officer whose values and accomplishments represent the best the Army has to offer. 7th Regiment has had the distinct privilege of honoring General William E. Dupree. William Eugene Dupree graduated from South Dakota State University in 1941 with a Bachelor of Science in Economics and commissioned as a 2nd Lieutenant in the infantry. During his Army career, he served as the Chief of Staff of Operations for Military Assistance Command Vietnam, commanded the 1st Infantry Division, and was the first commander of the United States Army Training and Doctrine Command. General Dupree's awards include the Distinguished Service Cross with Bronze Oak Leaf Cluster, Army Distinguished Service Medal with 4 Bronze Oak Leaf Clusters, the Silver Star with 2 Bronze Oak Leaf Clusters, the Legion of Merit, and Purple Heart with Bronze Oak Leaf Cluster. General Dupree passed away on September 9, 1992. In honor of their completion of advance camp, the cadets from the General William E. Dupree Regiment will be receiving a 3-gun salute in the form of a cadet canonade. The commander of troops will now bring the units to attention and present arms.
Bring units to attention and present arms. Hey, attention. Company, attention. Present arms.
Company, attention! Present arms!
Company, attention. Present arms. Company, attention. Present arms. Attention. Present arms.
The reviewing officer for today's ceremony is the Commanding General, 1st Corps, Lieutenant General Matthew W. McFarland. He is accompanied by the host and the Regimental Tactical Officer, Colonel Jody Hanson. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the official party and remain standing for the rendering of honors to the reviewing officer and the invocation offered by Chaplain Major Daniel Hammond. Military personnel in uniform are reminded that a hand salute is warranted for the duration of the cannon salute.
Please join me in prayer. Gracious Heavenly Father, what an honor to call upon you today as we celebrate the achievements of these cadets with CST 2025 7th Regiment Advanced Camp Training. We honor them and their endeavors to continue their journey as leaders in the United States Army. Thank you for the wisdom, leadership, and guidance of the 7th Regiment cadre who help these students face challenges, overcome fears, and defeat obstacles. May these days they spent here continue to solidify the foundation stones of their leadership to be men and women fulfilling the Army values of loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. During this graduation ceremony, may your holy presence be experienced by the cadets, their family and friends, the cadre, and the leadership of the U.S. Army Cadet Command. I pray in Jesus' name, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Bring your units to attention. Company, attention.
Company, attention!
Company, attention. Company, attention. Sir, the regiment's forward. Hold the car. Colors, center, march.
Colors now being brought forward by the Commander of Troops. Flags present for today's ceremony are the national colors, the Army Field Flag, and the Cadet Command colors.
Sir, the colors are present. Bring your units to present arms. Present arms.
Present! Arms!
Present arms. Present arms. Detachment. Present arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem and remain standing during the firing of the cadet canonade. We ask that military personnel in uniform maintain their hand salute until the completion of the cadet canonade. The United States Army ROTC Cadet Canonade salutes the three pillars of our service to the nation. Duty. Obedience and disciplined performance despite difficulty or danger. Duty requires self-responsibility and selfless devotion. Honor. Encompassing integrity and dedication, honor is the thread which holds together the fabric of our Army. Country, for which men and women have given their lives. Our country shines as a light of freedom and dignity to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The Cadet Creed was adopted to instill in Army cadets the values that are critical for successful performance. Cadet Alexis Frost from the University of Notre Dame will now recite the Cadet Creed.
The Cadet Creed. I am an Army cadet. Soon I will take an oath and become an Army officer, committed to defending the values which make this nation great. Honor is my touchstone. I understand mission first and people always. I am the past, the spirit of those warriors who have made the final sacrifice. I am the present, the scholar and apprentice soldier, enhancing my skills in the science of warfare and the art of leadership. But above all, I am the future warrior leader of the United States Army. May God give me the compassion and judgment to lead, and the gallantry in battle to win. I will do my duty. Leadership excellence, sir.
Bring units to parade, rest. Parade, rest.
Parade, rest.
Parade, rest. Parade, rest.
The greater community of Fort Knox and our national and local service organizations are here to show their support to our future Army leaders. These cadets have demonstrated superior character and service throughout training and will be recognized for their efforts. We kindly ask family and friends to remain seated during the awards presentation. The awardees will be brought forward immediately following the ceremony for pictures. The AUSA Leadership Excellence Award is presented by Colonel Retired Bill Betson. This award is presented to the top cadet in each regiment as determined by a regimental cadre board. This award is presented to Cadet Maxim Collin from the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. The First Command Financial Service Award is presented by Miss Sonia McNeil. This award is presented to the cadet who best demonstrates the leadership traits necessary to encourage teamwork, improve unit cohesion, and reinforce mission accomplishment. This award is presented to Cadet Michael Nicholas from Northeastern University. The USAA Warrior Ethos Award is presented by Sergeant Major Retired Richard Villa. This award is presented to the cadet who best demonstrated the Army profession, ethic, and officership while exemplifying the warrior spirit. This award is presented to Cadet Louis Mills from Northeastern University. The Armed Forces Bank Performance Award is presented by Captain Michael Utley. This award is presented to the cadet that best demonstrates respect for other cultures and people by effectively utilizing the training scenarios to demonstrate their mastery of the cross-cultural competencies needed in complex environments. This award is presented to Cadet Santiago Vidala from George Mason University. The Army National Guard Minuteman Award is presented by Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Thomas. This award is presented to the Army National Guard cadet who demonstrates the most improvement in physical and mental preparedness for commissioning. This award is presented to Cadet Anthony Rangel from the University of Utah. The Reserve Officers Organization of America Award is presented by Lieutenant Colonel Shane Selling. This award is given to the cadet that embodies the characteristics of a comprehensive soldier by demonstrating resilience and the lifelong pursuit of enhanced performance to cope with adversity in stressful situations and to thrive in life. This award is presented to Cadet Jessica Rushing from the University of North Georgia. The Military Officers Association of America Award is presented by Brigadier General Retired Charles Estes. This award is given to the cadet that has demonstrated superior dedication to duty by accepting accountability for self and assigned unit through the employment of team members, all while applying the fundamentals of leadership. This award is presented to Cadet Diego Munoz from Campbell University. The Military Order of the World Wars Award is also presented by Brigadier General Retired Charles Estes. This award is presented to the cadet who best demonstrates the ability to evaluate, analyze, apply, and understand experiences and capabilities to solve tactical problem sets. This award is presented to Cadet Samuel Venstra from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. The Bold Leader Spirit Award is presented by Sergeant Major Retired Robert Moore. This award is presented to the cadet who best demonstrates appropriate motivational techniques, inspirational leadership, and the spirit of a leader. This award is presented to Cadet Jacob Lytle from University of Rochester. The Strategic Resources Incorporated Award is presented by Mr. Adam Williams. This award is presented to the male and female cadet who achieved the overall highest score on the Army Fitness Test. This award is presented to Cadet Dominic Silverstree from Norwich University. And Cadet Sylvia Berkman from the University of Massachusetts. The United States Army Reserve Truman Citizen Soldier Award is presented by Colonel James Rivenbark. This award is presented to the Army Reserve cadet in each regiment that has distinguished themselves amongst their peers as a top performer and exemplifies outstanding leadership qualities. This award is presented to Cadet Connor Heston from the University of Kansas. The Mission POW MIA Award is presented by Captain Michael Utley. This award is presented to the cadet who demonstrates character and courage through leadership, selflessness, and fortitude. This award is presented on behalf of all missing and unaccounted for Americans from all past conflicts. This award is presented to Cadet Heath Flanagan from Texas A&M University. The Recondo Award is presented to the cadets who displayed superior individual performance. Cadets must have met the Army standards for height and weight, earned at least 80 points or more in each of the Army Fitness Test events, successfully negotiated 8 out of the 10 obstacles, scored second class or higher on the hand grenade assault course, completed their 6-mile foot march in 90 minutes or less, scored 80% or higher on the written land navigation test, be a first-time go and navigate to at least 6 out of the 7 land navigation points for both day and night land navigation combined, be a first-time go and qualify as a sharpshooter or higher on the basic rifle marksmanship pop-up range, receive a go or a pass for 80% of the warrior skills tasks, and all other evaluated events, and graduate in good standing. Cadets from the 7th Regiment awarded the Recondo Badge have been annotated in your program with an asterisk by their name. At the completion of the ceremony, today's awardees will return to the field for individual congratulations and photo opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving our awardees a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct privilege to introduce today's guest speaker, the Commanding General, 1st Corps, Lieutenant General Matthew W. McFarland.
Well, good morning, cadets. Congratulations on completing cadet summer training. It's certainly an honor for me to be here today, speaking to the 7th Regiment, the largest of the 10 this summer. It's certainly a significant milestone in becoming a commissioned officer for our Army. But before I talk to the cadets a little, I want to take some time to recognize the folks that enabled the cadets on the field today to stand in front of us. And that's my thanks to those that made you who you are, that shaped you to want to raise your hand, to volunteer to not only serve in our Army, but to lead in our Army today. And that's those parents that are in the crowds here, and the parents that are watching us virtually today, the brothers and sisters, one sister of which I saw today is an exceptional sister, as well as family, other family, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and those friends, both in the stands today, but those that hang out with us at college campus during ROTC as we get ready for lab or whatever classes we have coming. All of those people are ingredients to contribute to our future leaders that we have on the field in front of us today. So for the cadets out there, let's give our family and friends a round of applause. So I have no memory of who spoke at my cadet summer training graduation in 1991. I don't know who it was, I don't know what they said, and I'm sure the cadets on the field will have little memory of me either. And certainly a lot has changed since I graduated in our Army. Multiple uniforms, multiple weapon systems, multiple Jeeps to Humvees to infantry squad vehicles. Certainly the environment and setting was different. I graduated for cadet summer training at Joint Base Lewis McChord, where I currently command. And I remember shivering the morning when we changed command. I'm tracking it's been a bit different here in the sweltering heat at Fort Knox. But with that in mind, even though I think I may have brought some of the Fort or Joint Base Lewis McChord weather with me, I'd like to put the 7th Regiment at rest here. So 7th Regiment, rest! Shake it out a little bit. All right. And shake it out. And if you can, try and remember a couple things I'm going to share with you today. I don't have long remarks, but I think a few things to remember as you run through the tape to pin on those bars next spring. First, cadets, be a lifelong learner. As eager as you may be to move on from this culminating training event here at Fort Knox to future endeavors, remember, learning never stops. In fact, train to lead, the motto for a cadet command is something that I still try and do every day. I go to courses still as a 3-star general to help me be a better warfighter and better leader. I'd ask that you remember that and do the same. You must be a lifelong learner in our profession of arms. As John F. Kennedy said, leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. As leaders in today's world, I would argue it's even more important than it was in the 1960s when John F. Kennedy made that remark, as today's world is changing quickly. As we're seeing across the battlefields around the world, if you aren't continually adapting and learning, you will not survive. So we must keep learning. The second thing I hope you'll take away today is that your example matters. As a matter of fact, it's the most important order you will ever give, and that's your example. The example you live and the example you provide while leading your formation is critical. Lead your formation to be ready to fight tonight, to fight tomorrow, and prevail. Because I'm certain your organizations will get the call. Another difference from when I was standing on the CST field to today is the peace was breaking out around the world. Our Army was downsizing significantly, and we were looking at a decade of peace. As I finished camp, you were looking at a much different global security situation, so we've got to be ready. Serving and leading an army is all about readiness. Readiness to execute your warfighting task, whatever it may be. And having the will to prepare to win, I would argue, is much more important for you leaders on the field than having the will to win. So think about that as you're putting together your training plans, as you're finishing your senior year, making sure you're ready to lead our Army and to ensure it's ready to win. But as you do that, I'd ask you to remember you're joining the most serious profession on the face of the earth, the profession of arms. It's an incredible honor and privilege to lead soldiers. But that said, while our profession is serious, it's all about progression. It's not perfection. So don't take yourself too seriously, because you're going to make mistakes along the way. So make sure you give yourself space and grace to grow. After all, there is no magic glow up that makes the perfect leader organization. For those that are my age in the stands, glow up apparently has a term, a meaning here in today's society, but my team gave that to me. I'm looking at some nods and some people that are my age that are shrugging like I did when I heard it. So to the cadets, be brilliant at the basics and get 1% better every day. Make sure you're driving progression. And you understand there is no perfect leader and there's no perfect organization. They're just ones that strive for excellence. As you go back to your universities for your final year, stay hungry. Stay hungry to keep learning, and realize that when you take that oath of a commissioned officer, you want to be that officer that when soldiers salute you, they aren't saluting the rank on your uniform, they're saluting the leader that they respect so much that's wearing that uniform. The leader that inspires them, the leader that drives them to be better, the leader that is that example for what they want to be. Do it through deeds, do it through your example. Take with you the warrior spirit, grit, friendships you've forged here. I guarantee you will run into those that are standing on your left and right here during your service in the Army. Be ready to fight tonight, be a lifelong learner, and thank you again for volunteering to serve our great country. Congratulations on completing the cadet summer training here. Leadership excellence, train to fight, courage, and this will defend. Thanks.
Bring units to attention. Company, attention.
Company, attention!
pass and review. Please remember to stand and render honors to the nation as the colors pass. Now passing the reviewing stand is the 1st Cavalry Division Band from Fort Hood, Texas, commanded by 1st Lieutenant Benjamin Alaniz and Drum Major Staff Sergeant Ryan Collenbear. Now passing the reviewing stand is the Commander of Troops for today's graduation, Cadet Matthew Kleinschuster from Virginia Military Institute. Now passing the reviewing stand is Alpha Company, led by Cadet Henry Ween from the University of Miami.
Left turn. Go.
Now passing the reviewing stand is Bravo Company, led by Cadet Zaria Lovett from University of South Florida. Now passing the reviewing stand is the Color Guard, led by Cadet Eric Swenson from North Dakota State University. Now passing the reviewing stand is Charlie Company, led by Cadet Easton Harbor from University of Iowa. Now passing the reviewing stand is Delta Company, led by Cadet Samuel St. Laurent from Campbell University. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song. The words can be found in your program. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the 7th Regiment Cadet Summer Training 2025 graduation ceremony. Family and friends, please allow a few moments for your cadets to prepare for departure before joining them in the family area to the right side of your field. As a reminder, this ceremony can be viewed at youtube.com/Army ROTC. Photos from today's ceremony can be viewed at flickr.com/Army ROTC. Thank you for attending. Leadership Excellence.